So we just discovered that if we want to show two notes being performed at the same time, we can stack those notes up vertically, one on top of another, and that will tell the performer play those two notes at exactly the same time. And sometimes we can accomplish that with one single staff, as we did in the last example, but sometimes our musical needs are going to be greater. We may need more staves. We may need 2 or 3 or 4 or even more staves to complete what we need to do. Let me give you a practical example of that. And that's when we're writing music for the piano. And this is an example that we're going to see a lot this semester. A pianist has a right hand that covers the right side of the keyboard, and a left hand that covers the left side of the keyboard. The pianist's right hand is going to be playing the notes that fit pretty easily in the treble clef. The pianist's left hand is going to be playing the notes that fit pretty easily in the bass clef. So very often what we will do is we will write out piano music with 2 staves. One staff with the treble clef, as we see here, that will cover the right hand. And then another staff that will cover the left hand with the bass clef. And very often what we will do is we will connect, because these 2 staves are going to be happening at exactly the same time. We will connect these 2 staves with a line. So we visually see that these 2 staves are connected like this. And very often in piano music in particular, we'll add this bracket just to give us a little extra visual cue that these 2 staves are going to be connected. So here, as we have it so far, I would, in my right hand, I would play the notes that I have written here, the 2 C's, the 2 G's, the 2 A's, and the G. In my left hand, let's add a part for the left hand. So let's say, with this first C, I want the left hand to play the E below middle C. And notice again, these are, as best we can, we're going to vertically align these 2 things that are happening at exactly the same time. Let me have during the second C, let me have the left hand play a C, the octave below. And let me repeat that figure, E to C, in the left hand. So far in the left hand I have E, C, E, C. Then let me go on. Let me have an F in the left hand as the right hand is playing A, and then a C as the right hand is playing that second A. And then let me finish off while the right hand is playing the G. Let me have the left hand play the E. And again, we're trying to vertically align all of these notes that are happening at the same time as best we can, just to visually show that they're happening at the same time. So the left hand is going to play. I'm going to start from the very beginning of the left hand line in the bass clef. So now, if I were a pianist, I would play these 2 lines simultaneously. Again, everything that's lined up vertically is going to happen at the same time. And just suppose I wanted to go on and keep writing this melody. Well, I've run out of room here, but just like we did with the single line, I'm going to now create a new grand staff here, and we'll just continue on where we left off. It's a little bit more complicated because I have to write the line, the bracket. I have to write a treble clef for the right hand and a bass clef for the left hand. But we can go on. F in the left hand. I'm sorry, right hand. F, F, E, E, D, D, C, let me do in the left hand, let me write D, B, C, A, F, G, C. So now, starting from this point right here, here's where the left hand plays. And again, notice we're vertically aligning everything here. And this we need to keep track of if we're reading music or if we're writing music. When two things are vertically aligned, that generally is going to mean that they're happening at the same time. So let me play the second staff. Sorry. So if I play the whole thing that we've written here from the very, very beginning, going up to the first staff system, all the way to the left-hand side. And that is the basic idea of how you read and write music for the piano.